It's been more than a decade since Brewest introduced the natural gas industry to HotCat freeze protection technology. Since then, the owners and operators of natural gas pipelines, downstream regulators, and critical system equipment throughout North America have done the math and discovered that whether you consider the cost to permit, cost to operate, cost to maintain, or total life cycle cost, Brewest HotCat is the most efficient, most reliable, and most economical alternative. Brewest HotCat has earned its place as a vital link in North America's energy complex, providing wellhead to burner tip protection from costly freeze-ups. Our customers include America's largest distribution and transmission companies, natural gas power plants, cogen facilities, and the industrial sector. We also partner with leading engineering and construction firms to configure cost-effective gas system protection for greenfield projects and expansions. For more than a half-century, Brewest has provided flameless infrared catalytic heaters for high and low-pressure pipeline applications, ranging from town border stations and city gates to production platforms, industrial complexes to municipal entities and co-ops. With the introduction of HotCat in 2005, we combined the design and operational features customers told us they valued most. Those features include the ability to locate equipment in areas classified as hazardous, a flange-and-go design that simplifies setup, efficient direct heating that minimizes energy use, flexible zoned controls, and totally quiet operation. Those features continue to be critical for companies who are buying pipeline freeze protection or are planning to replace freeze protection systems that are outdated or inefficient. But today, there is another factor that's equally important to most buyers. It's as important as purchase cost, as important as operational cost, and every bit as important as maintenance cost. It's environmental cost. In just the last decade, green has become not just mainstream, but a primary factor impacting every equipment purchase. And green is where HotCat really shines, not just in one sense, but in four distinct and important ways. To begin, the patented Brewest design was engineered for maximum energy efficiency. HotCat heaters optimize thermal efficiency by maximizing the surface area of the heat exchanger. This maximizes the heat transfer coefficient of the heat exchanger, which is always the controlling factor in any heat exchange operation. The combination of surface area design, greater velocity, and retention time ensures efficient heat transfer to the gas and energy savings from the very first day of operation. A related design advantage of HotCat is its unique and direct application of infrared heat. HotCat surrounds the heat exchanger with catalytic infrared energy, which is directly absorbed, so the HotCat system requires just two heat transfers, from the infrared to the heat exchanger and from the heat exchanger to the gas. Common water bath devices, on the other hand, involve four separate heat transfers, first from the flame to the fire tube inside the solution, then from the fire tube to the ethylene glycol, next from the ethylene glycol to the tube bundle, and finally from the tubes to the gas. Many owners and operators today now recognize that this is a very inefficient and decidedly unenvironmental way to heat gas prior to regulation. There's another big environmental difference between HotCat and its rivals you may have heard about, and depending on the location, it can be even more problematic. The open flame combustion of a water bath device always emits a continuous loud roar. Operators and neighborhoods often complain of this continuous noise pollution and compare it to the rumble of a freight train. The noise pollution of water baths day and night is loud enough that in many locations, including town border stations around the country, water baths cannot be installed at all. The HotCat alternative to noise pollution is silence. The operation of a Brewest HotCat pipeline heater, regardless of system size or operational mode, is noiseless. HotCat heaters provide an excellent, proven alternative to the noise and other issues that accompany the use of water baths. A third and to many most important design difference between HotCat and traditional devices is the ability to install the equipment where it's most beneficial and most energy efficient. By code, a facility cannot have an open flame in an area classified as hazardous. As a result, water baths require 15 feet of clearance outside the hazardous area, which reduces efficiency, often significantly. On the other hand, HotCat can be installed within areas classified as hazardous. This is a critical energy use advantage for all HotCat operators, but particularly for operators in cold climates. And while we're on the topic of installation, it's also notable that a water bath requires heavy foundation support and may require a containment ring. HotCat weighs a fraction of a water bath of equal heating capacity, does not use stacks, and it does not require a containment ring. Though they weigh much less than water baths, HotCats are manufactured with rugged heavy-duty galvanized frames as well as stainless steel cabinetry and heaters that are engineered to last for decades. One of the biggest differences between buying equipment today and 10 years ago is the issue of air emissions, specifically emissions of VOCs and NOx. Although EPA has regulated NOx since the early 1970s, rules made effective in April 2010 strongly disadvantage equipment that emits this pollutant. Water baths emit both NOx and VOCs. HotCat operates virtually free of NOx and virtually free of VOCs. And unlike all water baths, HotCats have no odor. Bruest's 21st century catalytic heating technology has been recognized for its superior environmental design by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, which honored Bruest with its prestigious Pollution Prevention Award. And while air emissions are a serious issue, the chemicals required for water bath operation make it even less green. Ethylene glycol is a poisonous chemical that is critical to the use of water baths. Thanks to EPA documents, we now have a better understanding of this chemical and its effect on human health, which includes major risks, even when exposure is short-term. Replacing water baths with clean, chemical-free HotCat technology eliminates the task of filling and refilling glycol tanks and checking both the concentration of the chemical and corrosion inhibitor levels. HotCat also eliminates the risk to workers and the risk of inadvertent or malicious release of a regulated toxin from an unmanned facility. Most importantly, it eliminates from the workplace a decidedly very ungreen chemical agent. Clearly, industry's move to green thinking has made HotCat an even more desirable alternative. It has also given users who choose this option substantial bragging rights in environmental terms. This important 21st century technology has helped dozens of companies meet corporate goals for reduced environmental footprint and sustainability. But it's also reassuring to know that even on a straight cost basis, HotCat still outperforms water bath devices. There are several apples-to-apples comparisons we've summarized that you'll want to read and review later. But for now, here's one typical example. A 10-year cost-to-own comparison that contrasts a HotCat Model 1000 automated unit and a glycol water bath. Both have a required duty of 700,000 BTUH. The first line on the chart shows design efficiency. For reasons discussed earlier, it is 70% for the HotCat and 50% for the glycol bath. The second line shows BTUs per hour usage. For the HotCat, it's 1 million. For the glycol bath, 40% more at 1.4 million BTUs per hour. The third line deals with the controls needed for an automated system. For the HotCat, automation is included. The cost for the glycol bath will average $20,000 for generic type automation to monitor and control the bath. Installation cost for the HotCat is $7,500. For the glycol bath, it is $30,000. The initial ethylene glycol fill is 1,200 gallons at a current cost of $12,000 for an average location. There is no fill cost of any kind for the HotCat. So the total initial investment, including the factors just discussed and the purchase prices of each system, is $161,300 for the HotCat and $127,000 for the glycol bath. If the initial purchase order price was all that mattered, the world, at least some of it, would keep on buying glycol. But look what happens after 2 years of operation. The annual natural gas consumption at a 60% utilization rate is 14.4 thousand cubic feet per day, 14.4 MCF for HotCat, and 20,000 cubic feet per day, 20 MCF, for the glycol water bath. This means the annual usage for HotCat is 5,256 MCF per year. And for the glycol bath, it is 39% higher at 7,300 MCF per year. So, the annual cost of gas for each system for 2 years, based on a 10-year average of $8 per MCF, is $84,096 for HotCat and $117,734 for the glycol bath. Using this 10-year average, in 2 years, the HotCat saves $33,638, about 29%. And the total cost to own comparison between the two systems is about equal, assuming the standard 60% utilization. A comparison of a smaller model 150,000 BTU per hour HotCat and a glycol water bath shows a total cost of ownership for the glycol water bath at $61,486. And for the HotCat, it's $42,614, a savings of more than 30%. HotCat is a pipeline heating technology that offers the best available combination of good environmentals and excellent return on investment. Notably, with each passing year, the difference between the total cost of operating a HotCat and the total cost of operating a water bath becomes greater, with HotCat users realizing substantial net dollar savings in energy costs, maintenance costs, and most importantly, in the total cost of operation. Brewest HotCats are manufactured in 2 distinct operating configurations. Smaller manual units from 28,000 to 288,000 BTUH input allow the operator to manually control the input of the unit by activating or deactivating individual heaters. Turn-down ratios from 2:1 to 16:1 are available in this type of unit. Larger units are completely automatic, using an onboard PLC to control the individual heaters needed to maintain a downstream temperature. With this automation package, the owner-operator can customize the operation of the unit to meet his unique requirements. Turn-down ratios in this type of unit can be as high as 64:1 with small incremental steps. In addition, these units can be used in series or parallel for very large BTUH requirements. In either configuration, the operational advantage is significant compared to the 2:1 turn-down ratio available on most water bath units. The Brewest controller maintains precise temperature control within its turn-down range. Only minimal electrical power is required for this operation. However, powered options are available. The automated heater control with RTD sensors in the gas stream can add or subtract catalytic heating elements automatically without involving the operator. Fully automated HotCat systems use Allen Bradley PLC and HMI technology with field-changeable software programs. This control architecture allows the heater to deliver only the exact level of heat energy required to achieve the set temperature. Automated HotCats integrate easily with PCs, PLCs, SCADA systems, and other networks. They can be operated remotely or from your central command center, a substantial advantage during winter months. Brewest catalytic heating technology has been used in the natural gas industry for more than 50 years, and many Brewest catalytic heaters have been in continuous service for more than 2 decades with only minor maintenance. In addition to the design features we've discussed, some of the features that contribute to the system's long, trouble-free service life are catalytic infrared heaters that are housed in a stainless steel heater pan and covered by a comprehensive warranty. Burners and the maintenance that goes along with them, tube bundles and the maintenance they require, and moving parts of all kinds. These are the other features that favor HotCat. Because unlike water baths, which have all of these issues, a HotCat does not use any of these things. Whether your installations call for space-saving HotCats, larger custom capacity HotCats, remote control, wireless control, or internet control, the advantages of HotCat technology are distinctive and superior to traditional pipeline heating methods. Brewest is built on its half-century of experience to engineer catalytic heating systems that are tailor-made for 21st century requirements. Brewest catalytic heating technology has been certified by the Canadian Standards Association and Factory Mutual. All HotCat systems are manufactured in the USA. The Brewest catalytic team is dedicated to supplying the world's most efficient and cost-effective freeze protection solutions for gas production, transmission pipelines, and distribution systems. We invite you to explore our vast product line, which includes a wide array of HotCat pipeline heaters, as well as Space Saver HotCats for freeze protection where space is limited, our Freeze Fighter Plus pilot heater, and Brewest Super Freeze Fighter pipeline heaters for inline and gas line heating. We are committed to meeting the complex and evolving needs of the natural gas industry and our valued customers worldwide.